She not only got bullied, she got punished for being bullied.
This 12-year-old child named Flora Martinez suffered constant bullying until she felt there was no way out and made the heartbreaking decision to take her own life.
I believe there was some pictures that a little boy posted of her and was just saying how ugly she was.
I had to send my daughter to hell every day, but she didn't deserve that. My daughter was literally bullied to death.
Even after her death, her bullies weren't satisfied. Screenshots of private chats were leaked, showing them mocking her relentlessly and sending disgusting messages. Flora Martinez was born on November 15, 2011 in Las Vegas, Nevada. She was the youngest daughter of Alice Martinez and Joshua Parker. Flora had total 6 siblings and was strongly loved by each member of her family. She wanted to be an artist and a lawyer and dreamed of owning 5 dogs when she grew up.
She was the most outdoorsy city girl you can imagine. She could take it for just so long and she was ready to go home. So she loved to dance and sing. She's a very, very good artist. She could draw just about anything. She was really great at that.
She was just a very loving girl. At home, she loved her family. You know, she loved to conversate with us. She loved to have her friends over. She had a lot of friends. She was just a very loving person.
Very caring, very loving. Flora Martinez was a 5th grade student at Dwayne D. Keller Middle School, located just 5 minutes from her home in Las Vegas, Nevada. Like any other child, Flora was eager to start 6th grade in August 2023. She was looking forward to this new chapter, ready to make great memories and enjoy the fun of being a middle schooler. Filled with hope and excitement, she thought this year would bring new experiences and friendships that would make it unforgettable. But little did anyone know, this new beginning was actually the beginning of the end. As the 6th grade started in August, everything seemed pretty normal at first. Every day, Joshua took Flora to school.
One of my favorite things to do was to wake her up in the morning, because I would wake her up singing to her. And she'd get up, 5-10 minutes later, get ready for school. I would have a little conversation. The school was only 5 minutes away from our house, so it wasn't very long, but, we'd have a short conversation, tell her, make it a great day. I love you. And I'll see you this afternoon.
But after a couple of weeks into the school, Flora started having a hard time there. She was relentlessly bullied by her classmates. As the days went by, the bullying became too much for her to handle. Finally, feeling overwhelmed, she decided to tell her parents what was happening. When the parents heard about the bullying that was happening with their youngest daughter, they were devastated. They immediately took action and informed the assistant principal of the school. The assistant principal advised Flora to let her know instantly if anything like that happens again. However, whenever Flora reported being bullied, both she and the bully would end up suspended.
Every time that she complained about being bullied, the kid that was bullying her was suspended. She was also suspended. And then there was also 1 or 2 times there was a no contact order. And, she would get in the car wondering what she did wrong to be suspended when she was told, come find the assistant principal and she would handle it.
How do you explain that when you don't even understand it yourself? She said, walk away, come find me, and I will take care of it. And every time she did, she got suspended too. So she not only got bullied, she got punished for being bullied.
It didn't stop there, because the bullying got even worse. Every time Flora went back to school, she was bullied even more. Flora spoke to school officials about what she was enduring, and her mother made multiple requests for help, but they received a formal meeting requirement instead. Alice and Joshua were disappointed and frustrated with the school's response to Flora's getting bullied. To Alice and Joshua's knowledge, no teacher stepped in to help Flora. Joshua said, "From what I understand, the teachers aren't allowed to do anything anyway, except for report anything that is told to them. The teacher hears the problem and the student gets sent to the office, and it gets told to principal, vice principal. As far as that goes, no, they weren't allowed to do anything there, as far as I know."
At first, when this all started happening and they started suspending her too, she would be hiding in her room till I got home from work. And I'd be like, why are you hiding in your room? She's like, I'm in trouble, right? And I'm like, absolutely not. You didn't do anything wrong. Get out of here. Go play. I just feel like she got let down in every way at school. They knew what was happening. They did nothing to stop it, no matter what we did.
And then also for being suspended for 3 days, is having to go back and make up for that work that she missed. So she's got just things piling up.
Then in October, with no other choice left, Alice and Joshua requested an emergency school transfer. But the Clark County School District CCSD, who is in charge of managing schools in Las Vegas and nearby areas, denied their request. They said, the student will be required to enroll and/or remain at the zoned school for the 2023 to 2024 year. If your child is currently enrolled in a magnet or choice school, they will need to remain at the site until the annual contract has concluded. With this, the family had no choice but to keep Flora in the same school. They had even considered homeschooling her, but school officials warned that if they did, she would have to repeat the 6th grade. At that point, I already had her out of school for 2 weeks because of all the incidents. Just that short of a time into the school year. But once Flora went back to school, the bullying intensified even more. The other students started fighting with her. Joshua and Alice watched as their typically bubbly and happy daughter slowly became more anxious and filled with despair. What is that? Oh, it's a colony right there. School was torture, and they felt helpless as they watched their daughter brave it every day. Joshua picked Flora up from school each day, and she would tell him how her other friends picked on her. It was heartbreaking for him to hear all the pain and trauma his beloved daughter was suffering alone, while all he could do was offer words of comfort and support, feeling powerless to do more. As the end of 6th grade was approaching, Joshua encouraged Flora to stay strong and hang in there just a little longer.
And every morning I was counting down with her. All right, you got a week, you got 2 weeks left, baby. Have a great day. Make it a great day. I'll see you this afternoon. And unfortunately, we didn't get to the finish line of the school year.
On May 7th, since Joshua wasn't feeling well, one of Flora's siblings picked her up from school. When she got home, she went straight to her room while Joshua was busy preparing dinner for the family. Later, he decided to check on his youngest child, but noticed that her door was locked, something Flora never usually did. When she didn't respond, he hurried to find a key for the door. The moment he unlocked it, what he found inside shattered his entire world.
I rushed in, grabbed her, got her down, and started CPR until first responders arrived.
My other son was there. He helped them get her down. And they had to get the ligature off her neck and everything, so he could do CPR.
But it was already too late. This 12-year-old child was declared dead by the doctor at the hospital. Flora's funeral was held after a few days. Later, the parents learned about an incident that had happened at Flora's school, just a few days before she committed the unthinkable. Flora was asked by a boy she may have had a crush on to be his girlfriend. She said, yes. And then in front of everybody, he said, I would never go out with somebody as ugly as you. I only asked you on a dare. Alice cried, thinking how much her daughter must have been humiliated in front of everybody in school. She couldn't believe how cruel kids could be to each other these days. The school was just as responsible as the bullies for making the situation worse, failing to take strong action from the start. Even after losing a student to bullying due to their negligence, no one from the school reached out to Flora's parents, offered an apology, or expressed any condolences. Instead, the school sent a generic email to all parents, including Alice and Joshua, notifying them that a student had died, without even mentioning Flora's name. To make matters worse, days after her death, Alice continued to receive emails reminding her to register Flora for the upcoming school year.
And for the first 2 weeks, they kept emailing me every morning to remind me to complete her fall registration. They couldn't even take her name off that so that I didn't have to look at that every day. They knew she wasn't coming back. But we haven't heard anything from them.
But even in death, Flora's bullies showed no signs of stopping their cruel behavior. One of the parents showed Joshua and Alice the comments that students were posting on social media after Flora's death. One of the chats read, I'm glad Flora killed herself. Makes me so happy. Makes me the happiest person alive. Is there a kill cam or some? The other one read, I will see her in hell and stomp on her head over and over. Jealous of what? Where her corpse at? I will go stomp on that
They were saying things like, I'm glad she's dead. It makes me the happiest person in the world.
Another one said, may she rest in piss instead of peace. I wish I could go to her house and shoot her corpse up with my gun. Yeah, very horrible things.
Flora's former classmate named Rico came forward and told how kind Flora had been. Flora, she was like so nice to everybody. I'm so sad because like I feel like it's my fault because I feel like I really should have did something. I should have pushed everybody out the way, got to her.
Flora's parents were heartbroken as they explained it wasn't an instant decision of their daughter to take her life.
This was just months and months and months of bullying that built up. And finally, she just couldn't take it no more.
The devastated parents now hope to help others in similar situations by advocating for stronger anti-bullying laws and improved training for school staff.
Our goal, sharing our personal tragedies to try to save the next kid.
Flora's story is important because this is happening every day. Not just in our city, our state. It's happening everywhere. Something needs to be done. And if this story helps save one little kid, at least we saved one. Anybody that's having a meeting for bullying or suicide awareness, I will try to be at every one of them to support in any kind of way. That's kind of feel like that's like my new goal in life.